We're just going to do some little training tips today with young Sherlock here. This colt is about 3 weeks old, and so far, up to date, we've worked on just establishing connection with him and making sure that he thinks people are fun to hang out with and he enjoys his scratches. But he has not had a halter on yet, so we're going to start off with that here today. So one of the things you can do with some foals initially is start to let them sniff it and check it out. Some will be more worried about it than others. And then from there, what I like to do with them is just rub them all over with the halter, make sure that they don't think it's some big scary thing. He hasn't had any ropes worked over him thus far, and again hasn't seen the halter at all yet, but he's a pretty calm colt, so each foal will behave a little differently with this. But it helps that we've already established that he enjoys spending time with me, and then anything we work on is not a big deal. So from there, what you can start to do is you can take an arm on both sides of the neck so you can hold the halter easily and begin to bring it over their nose. So like right there, if they touch it, you can bring it back down. Good boy. And again, you're just looking for acceptance with it coming over the nose. We're not worried about getting the halter on all the way at first. We want them to enjoy having the halter on so it's not a scary process. Good boy. So that he's easy to halter in the future. If they go to place their nose in the halter, I'll drop it back down and take it away as a reward. He wants to help groom me back because I keep scratching him. He's a sweet boy. So you can almost turn it into a game. You can see he's kind of putting his own nose on it now. Good boy. We'll bring it over again. So I fussed a little bit there, so I waited until he stood still and then dropped it back down again. So that's his reward, to say that as long as you just stand nice and quietly while we put this halter on, that it's no big deal, and then it'll go away again. And again, you can give them scratches and stuff in between. Good. So you can kind of bring it up closer to the ears. We'll wait till he quits slinging his head as much. Good. And you just kind of work it up from there.
How many foals do you think you've halter trained, Katie?
I have halter trained a lot of foals over the last 20 years.
It's got to be in the hundreds.
Something like that. You know, and you always find new ways to make things easier for foals. We're trying not to overload them with too much information all at once. You can see that was pretty simple. He didn't get too terribly worried through the whole thing. And now he can wear it for a few minutes. And you can even begin from here in terms of starting to work on leading. So you can start to just ask them to just slightly move their head. Good. Left or right. You can even do this without the lead rope. And it's just about a little softening of the head so he realizes to follow the feel of that halter. And see how there was that tiny bit of fuss, and then he's like, oh, okay, this is pretty easy.
And this is his first time to have a halter on.
This is his first time having any pressure on his head. And again, if you rush it too much where you're asking for full steps at first, good. That's where you get a baby that starts freaking out and panicking. So you can break it up into tiny steps. So what's the first thing, you know, before you need a step to happen is they have to learn how to just follow with their face. So if you can just ask them lightly to just bring it a little each direction, and that'll lead into being able to take a step left and right.
We never leave a halter on after we're done messing with them or overnight, ever.
Any age horse.
Yeah,
never leave a halter on. They can get it hung up on something and freak out and hurt themselves.
Yeah. So we won't be leaving this on. This will come off here whenever we're done.
Right there, you can see that little bit of softness. And that was just one easy little session there, just a minute or so.
Yeah.
And that'll lead right into nice, soft leading. You know how nice and soft he is. He's a good boy.
And he's at txmft.com.